A very pleasant morning to all my dear children. Welcome back to English online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. I hope you all are doing great and staying safe at home. Yes, children? Okay. Let's start our today's session. So let me start with some examples, children. Look at the examples. Meena plays chess every day. Meena played chess yesterday. Meena will play chess. See, children, I have stressed some words, isn't it? Plays, played, and will play. Children, do you find any differences in these three sentences? You all understood that the action that happens in these three sentences is playing, right? Meena is playing chess. Now, is there any differences, children? Of course, there are differences. The verb changes in all these three sentences. In the first sentence, it is plays. In the second sentence, it is played. And in the third sentence, it is will play. In the first sentence, the verb plays or the word plays shows that it is a present action. How do you know that it is a present action? Because we have added s. S after the verb play. What do you mean by verb? Verb is an action word. The word that denotes actions. Okay. In the second sentence, played. It becomes a past action. How did you know it is a past action? When we add ed to the verb, it becomes a past action. Look at the third sentence. In the third sentence, it is will play. So as there's a word will, it denotes a future action. Always will not denote a future action, but most probably it is used to denote a future action. Okay. So in these three sentences, the play or the verb play, it shows three aspects of time. Plays, played, and will play shows three aspects of time. Means the present, the past, and the future. We can also say that it is the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. And all these three tenses, the past, the present, and the future, it has four forms each. Which are the four forms? They are the simple form, the continuous form, simple perfect form, and perfect continuous form. Children, today let's discuss simple present tense, simple past tense, present continuous tense, and past continuous tense. Let's discuss simple present tense, its form and its usages along with the examples. Children, when do we use simple present form? Simple present form is used to denote habitual action or permanent truth. What do you mean by habitual action? Habitual action means the action that has become part of your habit, that you do daily, or it becomes as your daily routine. The action that becomes a part of your daily routine. For example, John goes to church every Sunday. That action is repeated every Sunday. Every Sunday he goes to church, so it becomes a part of his habitual action. The next example, I walk to school every day, and it also has become a part of my habitual action. I go to school every day. So it is my habit, or it is part of my habitual action. Simple present tense is used to denote habitual action. We can form simple present tense by adding s or es to our verb. Okay. For example, I walk. If it is my father, I can say my father walks. I is considered as plural in grammar, even though I means a single person. And my father is a single person, so we can use s with the verb. Okay. My father walks to office every day. Now let's come to the permanent truth. Simple present tense is also used to denote permanent truth. Permanent truth means the truth which you cannot change. It remains permanent forever. Okay. For example, the sun rises in the east. It is a permanent action. Can you change it one day? No. No one can change that action. It is something permanent. It is universal truth. Okay. One day you cannot see that sun will rise in the west. It will not change. The sun will always rise in the east. The sun rises in the east and the sun sets in the west. So that does not change. That is a permanent truth. Okay, I hope you understood when simple present tense is used, isn't it? Yes. Now let's come to simple past. Simple past means it is used to denote an action that is completed, to denote an action that is already completed. So for example, I bought some apples yesterday. So it means that action is over, that action is completed. So to denote a completed action, we use simple past tense. And how can we form simple past tense? By adding ed to the verb. Okay, I hope you understood. Or there are some irregular verbs. For example, buy. The past tense of buy is bought. The past tense of teach is taught. So we cannot add in these types of verbs. We can add ed to play. We can add ed to dance. So it becomes danced, played and all. Okay, gemmed. So we can add ed to gem. So it becomes a past action. Now let's discuss the continuous form of present tense and past tense. So from the word continuous itself, you know that action is still going on. So from the word itself, from the word continuous itself, you will get the meaning. What do you mean by continuous? Continuous means an ongoing action, right? An ongoing activity or action. So what do you mean by present continuous tense? Present continuous means we use present continuous to denote an action that is going on at the time of speaking. Okay, so when we speak or when we refer to that action, it is still going on. In order to refer to the actions that is still going on or that is still happening, we use present continuous forms. Okay, I hope you understood. For example, I am teaching grammar. What am I doing now? I am teaching grammar, isn't it? Yes, that is a present action and that is still going on, isn't it? It's an ongoing activity. We haven't stopped that activity. It is still going on. I am teaching grammar. So with I can use am. And what are you doing, children? You are listening to English online class. And that is also ongoing activity. You can use continuous form, present continuous form, in order to denote an ongoing action at the moment of speaking or at the time of speaking. Okay, for example, I am teaching grammar, you are listening to English online class. All these are present continuous form. Now what is the form of present continuous tense? It is or am or are plus verb plus ing form. Okay, so how will you make a present continuous form? By adding is or am or are plus verb plus ing form. For example, I am writing a letter. So with I, you should always use am. Okay. Next one. You are writing a letter. As I used you, you have to use are. Next one. We are writing a letter. We all are writing a letter. So with we, I used are. Next one. He is writing a letter. As he is a single person, I used is. Okay. Next one. She is writing a letter. As she is a single person, I used is. Okay. So that's how you form. Then you have to use the verb, which is the verb here, write. With the verb, you have to use the ing form in order to make that action a continuous form. Okay. So is or am or are plus verb plus ing form the present continuous tense. I hope you all understood, isn't it? Yes. How to form the present continuous and when do we use present continuous, isn't it? The other usages of present continuous tenses, we also use present continuous tense to denote a temporary action that might not happen at the moment of speaking. Sahil is doing yoga these days. So that action is not happening at the moment of speaking. It's a temporary action. So in order to denote a temporary action, we can use present continuous tense. And we can also use present continuous tense in order to talk about an action that has planned in the near future. Near future means that action will happen as soon as possible. We are not referring to an action that will take place after many months or after many years. Okay, we are talking in order to talk about an action, a future action that will happen in the near future as soon as possible. For example, the Prime Minister is meeting the US President on next Monday. So it means that it will happen as soon as possible, isn't it? Yes, it is not happening after many days or many months or many years. So in order to denote an ongoing action at the moment of speaking, we use present continuous tense. In order to denote a temporary action also, we use present continuous tense. And in order to talk about an action that we have planned in the near future, for that also we use present continuous tense. Okay. Now let's move to the past continuous form. When do we use past continuous form? The past continuous form is used when we want to refer to the actions or when we want to denote some action or express an action that was going on sometime in the past, that was going on for some period, okay, that was going on for some period in the past. So in order to show such actions, we use past continuous form. Let's see some examples so we'll have better understanding of past continuous form. For example, the sun was shining at this time yesterday. What do you mean by that, children? Today it is cloudy day, but yesterday at this time the sun was shining bright. So it was an ongoing action for some time in the past. It continued for some time in the past. So in order to denote such action, we can use past continuous form. Another example, she was sleeping the whole afternoon. That action, it took place for some time, isn't it? It continued for some time. She was sleeping the whole afternoon. It happened for some time, or that action continued for some time. So we can use past continuous form. As example, it was raining all last night. What do you mean by that, children? It was raining for some hours at night yesterday. Okay. So in order to denote an ongoing action or a continuing action for some time in the past, we can use past continuous form. So how do you form this past continuous form? You can add was or were plus verb plus ing form. She was watering the flowers. Okay. So was plus verb plus ing becomes the past continuous form. Was watering. Next, she was reading the book yesterday. So was reading. Was plus read plus ing form the past continuous tense. Another example, they were studying all the night. So if the subject is plural, if we are mentioning to a group of people, we have to use were. Okay, they were. If I am referring to or I am telling about a single person, I can use was. She is a single person, so I used was. She was watering the flowers. Okay, so with single persons or with singular subject, we can use was. With plural subjects, we can use were. Okay, if we are referring to many people or many things, we can use were. I hope you understood all this. The past continuous form, it is also used with the simple past tense in order to denote an action that is going on when the other action already happened, when the other action is already completed. For example, the patient was lying on the floor when doctor came. So when doctor came is already a past action. So when doctor came, the patient was lying on the floor. Was lying is the past continuous form in this sentence, and it shows that that action continued for some time. The patient was lying on the floor. The next example, the old man fell down while he was running after a bus. Here, which are the past forms, children? The old man fell down. Fell down is a past form. While he was running after a bus. He was running. Was running is a past continuous form because we have used was plus verb plus ing form. It is a past continuous form and it shows that it continued for some time in the past. I hope you understood the usages of past continuous form and present continuous form. So I hope you all understood today's topic clearly. Children, that's all for today. Let's wind up the session. See you in the next class.